What's up, guys? Invader1 here, and first of all, I want to say freaking holy crap and absolutely amazing. Today, BioWare released three new characters, the last that we were waiting for, which is the Drell Assasin Infiltrator, the Batarian Adept, and the Volus Vanguard. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Adept, not a big fan of the Volus Vanguard, but I will try to make them work. I will see what builds will work for them, and you will see more gameplay footage from me, absolutely, of course. But I wanted to show the Drell Assasin Infiltrator first because he is the guy that we've been waiting for, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, he does not disappoint. So he does not disappoint. Unlike the some of the other characters that were like, oh, okay, well they're okay, but not whatever. This guy does not disappoint. Now I have two builds for you guys. Now one I'm going to showcase here, and then I'm going to create another video because there is another way to play this guy, which they are both amazing. They both work. I tested them both out on gold and on platinum. This is platinum gameplay. But guys, let's go into this build and let's talk about it a little bit. Tactical Cloak. You're going to want to go traditional rank 4 damage. Rank 5, go with the recharge speed. As you see, the damage bonus is plus 80%. That's very important because your homing grenades are absolutely powerful themselves. Let's go into the homing grenades. Rank 4, go for damage. Rank 5, go for fire damage so you could get additional damage over time. And then on rank 6, guys, you know, it's great to go for armor damage, guys, but you do not need it due to the tactical cloak bonuses. I recommend split grenades like this. So you hit multiple targets, damage is still the same, and you still get a 2-meter radius. Okay, great for the armor damage. That is absolutely amazing. But trust me, you're gonna want split grenades, and they work amazing. Now, let's look into the base damage. The base damage is 1200. Okay, now with the tactical cloak bonuses, which is an additional 80%, that is an additional 960 damage, which is a total, once you get the 1600 at the end, which is total 1600 plus 960, you get 2560 damage. In other words, his homing grenade with the tactical cloak bonuses is just absolutely amazing and incredible. They're really, really good. And that's pretty much how you're going to want to spec him out and play him throughout the gameplay. You'll see that, guys. Let's go into Recon Mine, and I'll talk a little bit more about the gameplay once we get to it. Radius, rank 4 for Recon Mine. You're also going to want to go for damage on rank 5. Don't go for recharge speed, guys, because you're not going to be spamming this. You do not use this guy the same way you use the Volus Engineer. You're not going to be spamming this. You're going to be using a tactical. Okay, so now let's go to rank 6. Go for invasive scan always. This is what's going to make you tactical. Not only that, the base damage is good. I mean, the damage is good overall. The max damage is 1470 when you do detonate it. But I do not recommend that you're constantly detonating this. I recommend that you use this in a tactical fashion. Let's go to Drell Assassin. Drell Assassin. Normally I go for weapon damage, guys, but this time you want damage and capacity to increase the damage bonuses that you have between the tactical cloak and your grenades. Let's go into rank 5 power damage. That's what you want, guys. And rank 6, go for weapon damage. Absolutely, that's the way to go, so that his claymore or shotgun, whatever you have, is going to work out well. Now his fitness, I just put the last 3 points of fitness, and that's the way to go. For this build, I will be using the claymore. And if you guys are not good with the claymore or reload canceling, go to my how to reload cancel video and the noob guides. It'll definitely help you out, because with this guy you can definitely do the power reload canceling for the console players, and for you PC players, you guys already know what to do. Use the space bar for, you know, to cancel the reload, or the meta gel key. For this, I will be using warp rounds 4, shotgun rail amp 3, grenade capacity 5 to have the maximum amount of grenades, and I'm going to use the adrenaline module because I want him to be as fast as possible. Now let's go into the gameplay. Now, before I go into anything about this character, I just want to let you know, guys, that BioWare will not be doing any more balance change updates for the next 3 weeks. They're taking a break for Christmas time. And also, at the same time, for the games, they are allowing for all the hazards maps to be on pretty much available for the next 3 weeks also. So we do have the hazard maps like this one right now, which is absolutely amazing. We do have Firebase Giant, Firebase White, and a few of the other hazard maps, so that's that. Also, on the objectives, you would notice that they look like Christmas presents. So that is actually pretty cool. I'm kind of glad they did that. So that, you know, that's that. So just so you guys know, for the next 3 weeks, we will have the hazard maps available, which is absolutely amazing. Now, one thing you will notice in the beginning of the game, guys, we have two Voluses, two Volus engineers, and we also have myself as a Drell Infiltrator, and we also have actually, we have two Drell Infiltrators. Myself and Kitten is also an Infiltrator. What we're doing is and you guys can try this. The reason I was talking about how you guys are not going to be spamming, the reason I mentioned you guys are not going to want to spam the recon mine constantly is because you're going to want to place it in such an area that will give you a more tactical advantage on platinum and on gold, guys. I played this same setup on gold, but I decided let me do it on platinum because I always want to show you guys platinum gameplay to show you that hey, these guys can handle the Geth very well. This build can handle pretty much any faction that you can throw at it. So I gotta tell you guys, what we did is we put one recon mine in the center of the map. Mine, I put it in the control room. As you can see, look at this. It already lets me know where the enemy is at. Gives me an absolute advantage. There was also another one by the ladder on the other side of the map, and well, we pretty much set it up so that we know where all the spawns are at, and because of that, because of the recon mine, the enemy can never trick us, and at the same time they're being debuffed by the recon mine itself due to area scan. So this is the way I recommend pretty much to use recon mine, guys, to pop it in the area across the map from where you normally start off. So if you start off the map in the center of the map always, then make sure that you put it all the way across where you wouldn't be. That way the recon mine is constantly letting you know where the enemy is at. If you can play with other characters or the other players that do have recon mine, that's great. Most of the time, if you guys are pugging it, then you're not going to have that option. But still, I recommend that you pop the recon mine somewhere out away from you where you normally when you normally don't stand. So if you normally, like say for example, this map you're at the LZ, then put the recon mine in the control room like I did and just leave and just wait for the beginning of the wave, and normally they will probably spawn there. If they don't, that is totally fine. Then you wreck the other characters. Now we did this way, and I gotta be honest with you guys, this was a really quick platinum game. This is only 22 minutes. This is only 22 minutes because we saw all the enemies were number one debuffed. Number two, with the debuff of the recon mine, in addition with the bonuses of the tactical cloak and the grenade, the homing grenade, guys, all the enemies just absolutely dropped. And with a gun like the Claymore, which is what I recommend for this guy, pretty much, he chews down armor so much, and it's just so good. I mean, I could have put drill rounds and done a few other things with it, and that's I'll talk about that build later on the next video. But I gotta be honest with you guys, I kind of enjoy this build a lot better because you're kind of up close and personal, and at the same time this build works amazing on gold, guys. I already played it on gold. I played a few games on gold versus Reapers versus Cerberus, and holy crap, we were just destroying them. It was actually amazing. It was really good. He's very powerful. He's not too powerful, but I say he's powerful enough to do enough damage. But what you do not get, the destruction that you do not get from his tactical cloak bonus on the homing grenade, you will get from the Claymore, and that's why I recommend the Claymore with him on this build. I also recommend the Wraith, very powerful shotguns if you're gonna do up close and personal. That's what I recommend, guys. You could also do assault rifles, go with a Harrier and all that. Also works, guys, definitely. But I don't, I recommend that you try to do something like the Claymore Drell, because the Claymore on a Drell is just absolutely amazing because he's just such a powerful character on any Drell. That's including the Drell Vanguard, the Drell Adept. They're just so good with a heavy weapon like this. And because of the fact that he's got tactical cloak, and his other power is a grenade, and the other one is a recon mine, none of his powers are effective by the fact that he'll have a heavy weapon. So you don't have to worry about your tactical cloak being faster or longer or slower or whatever, you know, you're fine. It's always going to be the 4 point whatever seconds it is. So the way you want to play him, guys, you know, I would drop a heavy weapon on him to give him a lot of weapon damage and make him really powerful. His grenades are also amazing. I would also just tactical cloak, grenade, shoot, tactical cloak, grenade, then shoot. Pretty much just rinse and repeat. And as you notice here, guys, even on platinum, this guy is just destroying everything. The other good thing is that he is just as fast as the other Drells, so he's really fast. I actually put speed on him because I just wanted him to have that kind of adrenaline, and he is also very good, like again, recon mine, with revealing where enemy targets are at. So let's say, for example, I wanted to be a little bit more cautious. Let's say you're one of those players that you're like, well, Invader, I really like your build, but this guy's so squishy, I'll be so afraid to actually go head to head the way you're doing it with these enemies. How could I handle it? Well, then I would recommend drill rounds, and then you would actually spam the recon mine, not too much, but at least somewhere in the middle of the map or somewhere in an area that is across the way from you, so you can see where their enemy is at. And if you're shooting through the wall, you can use drill rounds on your weapon, on your claymore or on your assault rifle, whatever you're using, to actually shoot through the wall, or shoot through the wall and be able to still do damage to the enemy, because the recon mine is debuffing them, so you're getting additional weapon damage bonus, and at the same time you're able to take some cover behind a wall and shoot through it. That is, pretty much take advantage of the wall hacks. But I recommend to be able to play like this, learn how to use soft cover, the way I'm doing it, learn how to, kind of play a little bit more tactical. As you can notice, that's my recon mine right there, the one in the control room. And notice that I have not detonated it at all throughout this entire game. I do not detonate it. I set it and forget it, pretty much. That is it. Now, I do have a set team. We have recon mines all over the place, and I understand that you will probably not have that same scenario in a lobby, because most people on pugs are not communicating or talking or whatever. But I still recommend that try not to spam it. Just pretty much use it as tactical as you can, and do your best to work with that so it can give you the advantage. And he does have the advantage by having such a great recon mine and having powers that give him some range. So even though he doesn't have even though the recon mine is a power that is pretty much, you can cast it out far away, and when you detonate it, it does decent damage, but not enough to kind of destroy an entire spawn point. I mean, it does good once you soften up the enemies, but you really don't want to be destroying that left and right, unless you have a much lighter build. But this build, in all honesty, is the one that I recommend for your gold gameplay and your platinum gameplay, and that's pretty much the way to go. His grenades do give him some range, as long as you can see the enemy and you have the the designator where you can well, pretty much where it selects the enemy. I don't know how to explain it. Pretty much, you see that you can actually select the enemy, like right here. Then you know that your grenades are going to hit the target. So he does have some range with that, and you will have some range with your weapon. If you have a shorter range weapon like an SMG, that's the way you want to go. You want to go a little lighter with him. Then his grenades actually give him some range, so he's still okay. You'll still be fine if you do want a lighter build, but I definitely recommend a build like this, guys. The other thing is, because he does have really good synergy with the Voluses. As you notice here, we have 2 Volus engineers and another Drell adept. Another Drell Infiltrator. The other thing is that I also noticed that even though you have we have 2 Drell Infiltrators, and yes, you want to depend on the grenades. Let's say you go into a lobby and everybody's using a Drell Infiltrator, then you'll still be okay if you use a weapon like the Claymore, because then you can take advantage of that damage bonus that he has. And if everybody's spamming the ammo boxes, you still have a lot of damage that you can dole out. So this is why I recommend heavier weapons with this guy. I do guys. I recommend to go heavier on him. I recommend to use a Claymore. I recommend to use the Wraith. Guys, the Wraith is just a dream of a gun. It's really good. It has 2 shots. I also recommend some short range weapons that you can actually get a little closer, like the other shotguns, like the Growl, which is pretty good. But overall, for this drill, I definitely recommend the shotgun. So, yeah, guys. Now, to talk a little bit about the other characters that we have coming, and actually, before I even go into that, the other build that I have for this guy is more of an infiltrator kind of build, and it takes advantage of his tactical cloak bonuses, and I'm really looking forward to showing you guys that build. The good thing about both builds, this one and the next one that I am going to showcase to you guys, is that they both give you range. They both give you a tactical advantage. This guy is really good tactically, and they allow you to do a lot of damage. The other thing is that they kind of keep you at a safe distance, right? Because he is very, very squishy. So far, having the Claymore is helping me out because I do have not only the damage barrel, but I also have the accuracy on it. So, the pellet spread is a little tighter, and I can still hit targets across the way. Now, the Batarian, the Adept. I'm not a big fan, guys. I don't understand why BioWare keeps on thinking that Lash is a really cool power to give new characters. They gave it to the Batarian Brawler, and I never even use it on him because I use Charge and Heavy Melee, and it's just so powerful that with that build, as you guys have seen in my previous Platinum videos with him, it's just absolutely amazing and powerful. So I would never use Lash on him. The other thing is with the Adept, I mean, he's got Warp and he's got Grenades. Now those two things are actually good. The Clustering Grenades and the Warp, they're two very good powers. So I think he's gonna be okay to use. More kind of like a Sentinel in a way, even though he doesn't have any tech powers. But meaning that you're probably not gonna use Lash, and you're gonna probably use heavy weapons on him. I don't know, we'll see. The Volus Vanguard, I'm thinking to do something special with him. In all honesty, I don't think he is the power character that your guys are going to want to run around with. I think he is something more of a niche character. He's not very powerful, and I don't know. We'll see, guys. I am going to be doing some really unique gameplays and try to see how to make it work to make sure that I get him going. Now this gameplay, the reason I posted it pretty quickly is because I did play around with the character a little bit. I did think through the build, and I did test it out quite a bit already. So in other words, I am very confident that this is a build that you'll want to do. And as a matter of fact, as you can see here, he has a lot of high damage output. He is absolutely very powerful, and at the same time, if you constantly dodge with him, you can survive quite a bit. Here, I died here at this moment, but I think I killed about 3 Phantoms before I got dropped, and that was by another Phantom. So, in other words, guys, he is so powerful offensively, but that's okay because that's the way the Drells are. The Drells were designed to be very powerful offensively, but weak defensively, and that's the trade-off. They're all good. Like the Drell Adept is very powerful. The Drell Vanguard is amazing. Matter of fact, I was playing this guy this week actually. You guys, maybe some of you guys have actually met me, but I really took out time to play a lot of gold and silver pugs. So because of that, some of you guys may have noticed me on a lobby or two or whatever. Yeah, it was me. I was just running around pretty much trying to get a few gold games in and meet new people and all that just for the fun of it. I am playing with you guys, the subs, of course, always. Somebody asked me if I play with subs, and I'm like, yeah, I play with subs all the time. But yeah, it's at the same time I took this week to play a lot of pugs, something that I just don't do a lot. I do at least once a week, but not a lot. And I was using the Drell Vanguard in one gameplay, and I think I outscored everyone by 100,000. It was crazy. It was like literally 100,000. Everybody had 50,000 or whatever. And mind you guys, that doesn't matter to me. I mean, but it mattered to them. I was just like, well, it doesn't matter. Everybody played fine. Everybody was playing well. Nobody was really getting down left and right. It was a fun game. It was a fun gold game. But they were very impressed with the Drell Vanguard, a Drell Claymore Vanguard, that he was able to do that. I think the score at the end was almost 200,000 that I had. So I gotta be honest with you guys. The Drells, as squishy as they are, yes, they're squishy. Yes, they take some getting used to. but they are very powerful offensively, and they should be. You know, characters like this should never be nerfed, should never be touched, because they're designed appropriately. And this character right here is a good example. So is the Drell Vanguard and the Drell Adept. They are very squishy and harder to use because of that. Some of you guys may be like, "Whoa, Invader, you know, I can't play Platinum like that with like the way you're playing them." Now, you can with this guy more than the Drell Adept and more than the Drell Vanguard, and I'll tell you why. Because of Tactical Cloak. Because of Tactical Cloak, you know, the aggro kind of goes off of you. Yeah, if the enemy's in front of you, they're gonna know that you're there. But you still have those advantages. So in all honesty, this Drell has a lot of bonuses. Well, has a lot of. It's kind of better in a way to use this guy if you're just starting to get into platinum, and also for gold. You're better off using this Drell to start out with, only because he's got Tactical Cloak, and if you're not that confident just yet, you can kind of hang back, cloak, find some cover, use the recon mine to know where the enemy is at, and shoot from a distance. So this guy is actually really good to start out with on platinum. This guy is actually also good to start out with on gold if you guys are just getting into gold from silver. And he is very powerful offensively. So that's about it, guys. That's about all I can say about this guy. And oh, by the way, his heavy melee is absolutely amazing. It's really good. I use it here quite a bit, a few times on husks. It destroys them. For the, mind you, I only have it spec'd up to 3 points, so my melee is not all the way up. But if you ever want to spec out full fitness, his heavy melee is actually really decent. I don't know how much it would be if it was maxed out, but he actually does quite a bit of damage to Marauders. He does quite a bit of damage to, well, Husks is kind of obvious, right? You got a tiny little guy and he's just going to be able to just rock it. But for melee, the way I have it set up for 3 points, his melee damage bonus is only 35%. I don't know how that specs into damage, but so far from what I can tell, it's really, really good. So it still works. So yeah, guys, this was our platinum run. We had a really, really good time. The new Firebase Giant. Christmas time is coming up, so I'm looking forward to playing these characters for quite a bit. And it was a nice little Christmas present from BioWare for them to do that. They also updated the store. So for those of you who are watching the videos, my videos, but are not playing the game, because I do know some people who actually just recently I started playing with some guys who I was playing back in the day when I was playing silver, and they're just getting back into the game. They were off doing Borderlands or whatever, and then they got bored of it and they came back to Mass Effect 3, and they're loving it right now. In all honesty, a lot of the guys, it's interesting how you get away from the game, you come back and you see all the changes, and it's amazing to them. But anyways, for those of you guys who are planning to get back into Mass Effect 3, but you're watching the videos but you're not really playing it, they did make a few updates to the RNG store. So now you can actually buy packs that give you only weapon bonuses, so you could weapon upgrades and get those kind of upgrades specifically. They're quite expensive. They're 99,000 credits. They also have a pack that is to unlock characters, and if you look at the video that I did earlier today about the RNG store, then you will see those, and that video, you will see those packs, and I pretty much buy a few just to show you guys, and I do get to unlock all 3 characters pretty right away. So that was a great thing. So yeah, guys, these changes that BioWare made, I like them. I think they're really, really cool. And in regards to DLC, I've said this before. Some people think that this is it. I will continue saying it, guys. When you look at EA's financials, I have looked at EA's report, and if you are constantly kind of like following the developers' tweets and all, they are working on Mass Effect 4. Okay, so they are working on Mass Effect 4, but they are not planning to stop doing DLC for this game. They might do another one. Okay, there might be another one coming up, and I believe that they're also going to come out with different game modes. Don't quote me on that, but I will see if I can find more information for you guys. in one of the next videos, so like that you guys can understand that this game is actually making Bioware quite a bit of money. So for you guys who don't understand and have asked before, how is it that they're still making money when it's a, the store is just free, you just play, you get credits? Well, there are a lot of people who actually pay. Believe it or not, I have actually paid about $100 in multiplayer when I first started, and that's just $20 here, $20 there. When I just wanted to get the first day of release, and I didn't have everything maxed out or whatever, and I really wanted the character. This is before I was doing videos, before I was even doing a lot of stuff, because I was really into the game and I wanted to really just get. I didn't have the skills. I didn't have the ability to do speed runs and all that, and I did that. So, in other words, Bioware got some money from me, and I knew people who have also paid for buying packs here and there. So that has happened here and there, and that, believe it or not, that happens quite a bit, and that has made Bioware quite a bit of money. And the sales of the game too. So there will be more DLC. I'll see if I can find out more information. But guys, the Drell Assassin, absolutely amazing.